Hey there, welcome to SharkCast Pod, Gaz and Shinazz. He's Gaz, I'm Shinazz. This is about our eighth take. In all seriousness, like this is our eighth take because we're laughing so much. Gary, we're back at Sharks Stadium. We're going to get through this because we love what we do. Coming off a big win against Manly. You were there. I was watching on the telly. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was a good atmosphere out there. Obviously, it's a pretty hostile environment out at Brookvale on a Sunday afternoon. Packed crowd and, a little bit of rain falling, but the boys dug in. Pretty good defensive effort in that first half. And, we put on some points. And, there was some aggression out there on the field, which, I thought we handled pretty well and got through the game.
There was a lot of push and shove.
It was
Ruben
good.
Garrick.
Ronnie, Ruben,
young Trbojevic.
and Trbojevic.
Yeah, but they started it.
Oh, absolutely.
It was
all their fault.
Kind of silly. They were picking on Will Kennedy early. It's like, don't pick on the nicest guy in the world.
But that's good. Like, you don't want to see the boys backing down from those
stood up.
situations, and they didn't do anything silly. They just did everything they needed to do to back their teammates. And it was a good performance out there at Brookvale.
They handled it so well, Gary. I was really impressed. They didn't take it over the line. And then there was a few unfortunate moments for them, like when Ruben Garrick we passed the ball, dropped the ball, whatever he did, and we scored from Trindle.
Beautiful tackle from Billy Burns.
Billy Burns with the tackle. But they sort of let him know about it because he started that whole thing. Anyway, great performance from the Sharks. Best thing about that, Gary, was they iced the game when it was back to a level playing field. And they've done that twice in a row. Parramatta, now Manly. We know what happened at Leichhardt. Canberra as well. There's been a few comebacks. But we got it done for the second week in a row.
Yeah, and obviously that was pretty much the story of the round, right? Like a lot of teams got out to a lead and got chased down and ended up losing the game. But we got, when it was 14-all, like no one seemed to panic or get worried. I obviously did on the sideline because I stressed like that. But the boys handled it really well and just got their job done and got through that little back end period of the game and ended up icing it and winning the match. So good to get the 2 points.
Man of the match, Nicho Hynes. Absolutely stellar game. Leading the boys around so well, running direct, some beautiful kicks.
Yeah.
And he seems to have really found his form and back to his best.
Yeah, he is, definitely. And it's good to see. Like, obviously, we've heard all the stories we need to hear. We don't need to bring him up again. But he's playing the best footy that he's played in a long time. So it's good to see. And he's been playing that for the last few weeks. I don't know why there's been that commentary. But, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing from Nicho. And hopefully that continues back here at home on Saturday night against the Storm.
Really good press conference you'll be seeing on sharks.com.au later in the day or whenever you see this. Not sure when we'll upload, but it'll be on the website when you see this. Go watch it. He just speaks, as always, from the heart, but very sort of calm and intelligently. And there's some great questions asked by the journos, and he answers them great. And I think Sharks fans will really admire what he's got to say and take a lot out of it. Because I know there's still some doubters out there about Nicho's game and that kind of thing and whether he can handle the limelight and all that kind of stuff. He handled it really well in this press conference. So we urge you to check that out. Manly, great to go there. Fitzy just can't stop winning there. He, as a coach, he's undefeated. I think Nicho's undefeated as a Shark. And it's great to sort of break that hoodoo, Gary, because forevermore,
it's never like
forever, it was always we go there and we lose, usually pretty badly.
Yeah. And Nicho was on when he got off the bus. I was chatting to him. He said, I love coming out here and beating these guys at home in front of their crowd. So, it's good to see that they go out there. They take it really seriously, and they've got a good record out there now under Fitzgibbon. So, hopefully that continues.
All right. Well, let's step forward. We've got a huge game here on Saturday night. If you don't have a ticket, you better get one. Yes. Am I correct in saying when we go to record right now, there's still some tickets?
There'd be some tickets still available, yeah.
So that's crazy. Snap them up.
Yeah.
We'll probably upload this later anyway, so that might be sold out by then. But please, if you don't have a ticket and you want to go, don't just rock up to the gate because I've got a feeling there won't be any there.
Yes.
Melbourne Storm coming to town. Great rivalry over since they entered the comp almost, because I remember in 2003 they tailed us up here in round one, a young guy called Billy Slater. There's been so many great games. Obviously, the grand finals, the Mecca, but a lot of memorable games as recently as last year in Melbourne. Yes. Dan Atkinson going clutch. And it's always a great event. I mean, we're just, I would say, feet away from where Cam Smith was sin-binned. One of the great nights at Shark Park. So a lot of history here.
Lots.
But we're more concerned with the current day, and that is an informed Sharks team playing a pretty red-hot Melbourne team. They have had some losses this year against some better teams.
Yes.
Which shows they're human, which is great. They've named a really, really strong team, but so have we. So it's going to be an epic encounter. I'm equally as interested, Gary, in what's going on off the field for the Sharks this week with the mental health round, and more succinctly, the Find Your Feet organization, which is a big part of it.
Yes, massive.
Nico is an ambassador for them. There's a lot of great sporting people who are ambassadors for Find Your Feet. We urge you to go check them out. It's Find Ya, Y-A, Find Your Feet. And Tommy there does an amazing job just helping out people with their mental health in a very unique way. So we urge you to check out the website and also get involved at the ground. I'm sure there'll be a few things going on, making you aware of the organization. And I mean, we've already seen on sharks.com.au the video of three of the boys, one of the girls, Rhiannon Byers,
yes,
talking very openly, honestly about things with Tommy, the leader of Find Your Feet. So go check that out.
Yeah,
but
really
very important
chats.
round.
Yeah, really good chats with Tommy there. He did a big staff workshop as well with all the Sharks staff and not just the players. He did a separate one with the players that, yeah, we obviously saw that one pop up on sharks.com.au and on the Instagram. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled to that because we've got a few more videos coming out and they're pretty powerful and really great to see the players so vulnerable and open about, you know, how they're feeling and to let everyone know that, yeah, you know, it's all right to not feel all right and there's people that can get around you. And, you know, Tommy's one of those blokes that just, he's a legend. So to have him as part of the club and, you know, to have Find Your Feet jumping on board and getting around the mental fitness round, it's great for us, great for the club and great for everyone out there to see those stories.
And it's for all ages. And he's got a very specific interest in, I guess you'd say, teenagers, school children, and how they handle mental health, everything from bullying to loneliness to all sorts of aspects of that. So he's doing an amazing job. And I'm very proud of the club that I support getting behind this so openly. It's not, they haven't just sort of put the name on the banner and said, this is what we're doing. It's like they brought in this guy. He's taking over your club for the week. And
yeah, from the top down. So yeah, to have him in there doing a workshop with all the staff down at our offices, it was just, yeah, unbelievable. So more of that to come.
Yes. So Melbourne Storm coming off a 64-0 win, the equal biggest club win for Melbourne against the Tigers, who has to be said were not even, I was going to say close to their best, but they were terrible. So I'm not worried because we're not going to be terrible. We're going to be a really good opposition for Melbourne. Yeah. And it's going to be tough, though. It's as good as we're going. They have a fantastic team as well. And it's I think 2 days before they pick Origin or a day before they pick Origin. And a lot of their guys are up for Origin. Now, some of them might be instant starters. I don't know. But that could work two ways. They could be a little bit gentle in the way they play. They don't want to get hurt. Or they could be busting out of their skin to get picked. And I've got a feeling it's going to be the latter.
Yes.
Now,
it's a good test for us, right? Like, obviously, we have been in some pretty good form. And to meet a side that's coming off the back of a 64-0 win, who's playing some pretty good football across the year, it's good to see where we're at. And to do it in front of our home crowd, hopefully we can get the job done and put in a performance that we're all proud of.
So last year, we were in a similar predicament. Is that the right word?
It is.
Situation. And we'd beaten some really good teams coming into the Penrith game.
Yes.
And I think it was before Origin as well. And everyone was saying, well, if the Sharks are the real deal, they'll go really well against Penrith. And we didn't. We were here and we lost 42-0. It was a disaster. Now, from that moment, the media and a lot of the fans were sort of down on what was going on here.
Yeah.
I don't want to fall into that trap this week.
No.
And I'm not suggesting that we're going to lose. I think we're going to win. But if they had a draw, for example, or lost by a point or lost by whatever, it doesn't mean we're not the real deal. It means we're not the real deal on that night.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to win. I'm just saying I don't want to fall into that trap of, like, because you're 100% right. It's a great test. Great test for the Sharks. But it's not the be-all and end-all. It's another game, 2 points. Let's get the 2 points. Move on to Gosford next week against the Roosters. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Close games, right? Like to start
it'll be close. It'll be close.
To lose a couple of those ones,
yes,
we need to definitely get the 2 points.
Definitely, I'm coming here to win. There's already been a few bits and pieces on the SharkCast pod this week where it's like, well, I'll be happy if we go close or if we match them and lose in Golden. It's like, no. We're coming here to win. I have every intention of coming here to win. I can't wait. And I can't stress enough, if you haven't got a ticket, grab one because it's going to be a great event. Like these games don't disappoint. No matter
Ever,
which
yeah.
way the ball bounces, you never walk away not entertained in some way. Hopefully for the better for us. The Sharks have named a pretty good team. Teague Wilton's on an extended bench. We're not sure if he's going to play or not.
Yep.
But as I pull up the team list, Gary, which you've put on sharks.com.au, we are 1 to 13, although Oregon Kaufusi is named to start.
Yep. And
our immediate bench is Dan Atkinson, Jesse Colquhoun. Sifa Talakai returns from concussion, and Braden Hammerwelly holds his spot. 18th man is Hohepa. Extended bench of Tuku, Jaden Berrell, Teague Wilton, and Chris Faella. So there might be a little bit of mixing and matching there, but kind of as per, which I like.
Yeah, pretty much as per, and obviously Teague's there, but we'll wait and see what happens with that one. Obviously, he's working his way back from a shoulder injury. We've got a bye coming up, so whether they want to, push him to get into this game and the next one, we'll see what happens. But yeah, we've been playing some pretty good football with Billy Burns there on the edge, so I don't see why I would change that up. The only thing for me is obviously Tommy Hazelton's been starting in place of Oregon, so what happens there? Do we just start Oregon? Does he make the switch for someone else? We'll have to wait and see come game day. But yeah, pretty strong side, as you said, and we're up against a pretty strong side for Melbourne, so it's going to be a great contest.
Now, if you want to hear from Oregon Kaufusi, I got to interview him.
Beautiful.
They'll be on the airwaves in the next 24. He's a quiet talker, but he's a very, very wise man. I love talking to him. It's our second or third interview with him. And as a spoiler, Fanua Blake was in the background kind of razzing him. At one point, Oggy said to him, "Come and join us." And I was like, this sounds like something, a props interview. And Fanua Blake very politely said no. And then Oggy kept on him, and I said, "Don't make him angry."
Maybe we want him angry.
Not during a podcast that he was me, that's for sure. So Saturday night, can't wait. The Storm team is very stacked, from your Pappenhausens to Harry Grant being named on extended bench, but we think he'll play.
Yes.
Sofa Solomono is also on extended bench. We think he'll play. But their team. They're very good. I think if they're not full fitness, they must be close to it. Maybe some outside backs might be missing, but it's a very good team, very well coached team. Yep. As big a rivalry as we have with this team, I personally respect the hell out of Melbourne. I respect the hell out of Craig Bellamy, and it's going to be a great battle. But I tell you who I really respect. That's Craig Fitzgibbon. He's doing a hell of a job. Great coach, great coached game last week. The game tactics were awesome. Just the way they targeted Travojevic at the back, minimized the other outside backs with the ball, Olakuatu being it was just perfect.
Yeah, they did really well to shut down those sorts of players, and obviously they do have a lot of strike across the park, the Manly side. So yeah, to be able to control the game as best we could throughout the 80 minutes, I thought we did really well. We were shutting it down. We were sliding in defense. Kalira is such a good defender, sliding out there on the left-hand side. So yeah, a bit more of that this week, and I think we'll be all right.
So 7:35.
Yes, correct.
At Sharks Stadium is kickoff.
Right here.
There is a lower grade game on beforehand, a local grade game. I think it's a Dealer team versus a Western Sydney team of some sort. So the usual Sharks lower grades are not happening this weekend due to buys and other things, but there is another game on if you want to come check that out. I'm going to step back a little bit so you can see my burst out merch.
How good.
This is, I believe, now it will definitely available at the store
and online.
Available online, and it'll be at the game.
And I'm going soon to go buy myself a shirt because I don't want to miss out.
Now, I'm going to give a tip to Adam Barnes and Ash at the Sharks store and Sharks merch because they need advice from other people sometimes, like we all do. I love it when you tell me how to do a podcast, for example. I'm going to tell them they're going to need extra merch because it's going to be a sold-out crowd. And if you're not into the burst out range, and why wouldn't you be? But if you're not, so if you don't want this in a hoodie, in a regular jumper, in a T-shirt, in a stubby holder, the works, you might want to see what Gary had on recently, the Pepsi Retro jacket.
Yes, the track jacket.
And if you don't want that, you can go back to my old favorite Aussie Duck jacket. Or if you don't want that, there's a whole stack of current merch, which is awesome. So bring your money. If you're a younger listener and you rely on your parents for whatever reason, bring your parents' money. Bring someone's money. Hit up Gary. He's on millions here. You're going to need it because the merch this year is out of control.
They've done such a good job. So, yeah, loving everything that's coming out of the Shark store at the moment.
The reason I keep going on about the burst out is not only is it like a childhood favorite of mine, I love the fact that I didn't know it was coming. You guys just kept it secret. Like usually, you know, I've got both ears to the ground. This is kind of what I do. And I'm usually pretty good at it, right? Like I'm good at.
You're always on the pulse.
Yeah, but not with the burst out. It was like you kept it from secret on purpose, and it was a great surprise. That's why I'm still a week later, I believe, still bursting out of myself. Like him, he's bursting. I'm bursting out of a banner.
What a segue!
Wait till you guys see the bloopers from before. There's some great bloopers. I'm going to cut them up nicely. The ones that we can put up on air that won't, you know, hurt anyone, particularly ourselves. Melbourne coming to town. Oh, I love it, Gary. I'm kind of happy that we've been away for so long. We're coming back, and it's them. Yeah, it's not like someone else. It's them.
I know. So it's going to be great just to have the crowd here and a Shark Stadium absolutely rocking on a Saturday night. It feels like too long.
You can see the green grass. You can see, and it's been raining, immaculate. And you can see how perfect it looks. So the boys will be out there later on training and getting ready. And I can tell you, Nico is ready. He's switched on. The other boys look the same. So it's going to be an epic encounter. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
After this, we go to Gosford.
Yes, Industry Group Stadium to take on the Roosters, and then we got a bye after that.
A week off, which will be well deserved for everyone.
Good little break.
All right, so we will see you down here at Shark Stadium. We cannot wait. I may not leave. I might just stay here for the next few days. You can pick up Chester from school for me.
Yeah, easy.
And we can't wait to see you down here. Give us a shout out, say good day, high five, whatever. If you see us around, if you want to do worse than that to us, please don't. We're very fragile. SharkCast Pod, Gaz and Shinazz.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being had. We'll talk to all of you soon. You can follow us on all the channels everywhere, SharkCast Pod. You know the drill. Subscribe, like. As cliched as it is, it really does help. So appreciate everyone's support. We'll have some more pods for you when we can. Until we speak to you soon, up Cronulla.